Scorpio, good evening. I'm doing a heart-to-heart reading. It's a spread, a heart-shaped spread that I created for Lionsgate. I've been doing it for the last 2 years. So you can find that on my channel, 2021, 2022 readings or somewhere. Quickly, it's one oracle card for the inner tip is combined energies for both sides, and then 7 tarot cards placed in the shape of a heart. Left hand side is you, the other side is them. The bottom tip is another tarot card, in this case another combined energy. I am going to get set up, get all the cards before I start reading, so please be patient. What is Scorpio dealing with? Free yourself. It reads, it's time to take back control of your life. Let's get the tarot. As the card is flipped, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to cut and start pulling. Don't worry, I'll tell you all the cards as we go. And the bottom tip with the other deck. You got 2 cards that slipped out, so I will take them. They came out horizontally, but I'm going to choose to read them. I mean, one is upright, the other one's reversed anyway. Okay. Let's start. Your side. The Hangman in reverse is the card that popped out for you, followed by the 3 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the King of Wands in reverse, the Hermit, the King of Swords, and the 8 of Swords in reverse. You're getting energies of wanting to be left the F off, you know, like, no, to be left alone, and you're telling people to F off. Basically, there's another energy where you really turned inward. I know the Hangman is in reverse, but still, both energies here are energies of wanting to be alone, seeking peace, seeking answers, seeking direction, guidance, also taking care of your health, I believe is really what is going on. You're in an energy of patiently I could say the typical things of you've planted your seeds, you're waiting for whatever you've created or started, initiated to start to grow. But those seeds are really the ones that are sprouting, that already exist within you. This is a really, it's a inward energy. a lot of this. It's no wonder it's free yourself. The whole reading is about you. I don't know how that's gonna play out when we look at the other side, because we are talking about, you know, you and interacting with someone else, right, in love. So you're really in an energy of not spending time, not even showing up, not I mean, you might be out partying somewhere with friends, but you're not spending time and turning your attention towards this one specific person. On the contrary, you prefer to be, when you do go out, either you're totally alone at home or wherever you are, and yet you are spending time with people, but it's social. Could be family, could be friends, could be just work colleagues, clients, whatever. But it's not with this person. It's funny. I'm gonna show you. You have the hangman, and then in sequence, right? The hangman, the three of cups, the seven of pentacles. Then we hit the king of wands in reverse. Then it's the hermit and the king of swords. So the way it comes up now is these two combos, right? There's an energy attached to each king here. So in the case of the hangman, who's already in reverse, the king is also in reverse. So some of the time that you spend alone is unfortunately to ruminate. I'm sorry to tell you, but some of it is to probably expel some negative thoughts, and you do tend to dwell here. And on the more positive side, there's a lot of journeying. You're truly making progress. You're really finding deep, meaningful answers to questions. They might not even be formulated like necessarily intellectually, although I think you do that like even on a regular basis. But maybe the answers to those questions come intuitively, for sure, but maybe also some of those questions are not being overly formulated. You know what I mean? And then in the reverse, the answers to the questions that are less formulated are very structured. So it's a crisscross, right? It's like saying, so in case I wasn't clear, it's like if you ask a very specific intellectual question, you'll get more of an intuitive answer. And you also could be asking some very loose questions that are not overly complicated, that for which you get very structured, detailed answers or guidance about. So it's what I'm feeling. I think it's both, and I think it depends, or it depends on you as an individual. I don't know. But I sense that because there's a crisscross of energies on this combo. So ultimately, it's all of this spending time by yourself, going inward, is all about, you know, getting out of your head. So it's an interesting thing where although there's a lot of it going on, partly in your imagination, partly of course in your intellect, in your mind, but a lot of it is about your emotions, right? You're, I think, sorting out some emotions. And moreover, I think you're sorting out the things that you, okay, I get this vibe here where you like things to be very sober. Sorry. So you don't like clutter, you don't like okay, let's just say it like that. So you love when things are very zen, when they're very pure, right? Just like you just want to carry what you need. You want things to be like slick. So it's this energy of sorting out not just your emotions. I guess you do that. You're very clean. It's so weird. Like, I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's like you like things to be really clean, you know, like both figuratively speaking and metaphorically speaking, right? Or literally, I should say. So anyway, I think you're shedding, most probably sorting through specific goals. I'm sensing there are things that, especially because we're starting a new year, whether you adopt resolutions or not, I don't even think it's about resolutions. I think it's about achievements, the things that you want for yourself, the way you want your life to look like. Uh, if there's one thing that I think you're able to do here is truly create a plan for it. I don't know, you're a master strategist when it comes to, you know, it's the same principle than cleaning out, right? It's like, okay, I need this, I don't need that. Everything is like, tuk, 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 you know, put into place. Everything is very logical. Everything is methodical. It's rigorous. It's it works. It's efficient. You know, it's like everything is timed. Everything is like, I mean, maybe not like that much, but you know what I mean. Like enough that it's really something that you carry through everything that you do. Every sphere of life is just the way you are, the way you like things as well, right? So you do the same when you project yourself in the future. I think you work in your brain works in the same way. That's why I think it really goes back to the crisscross energy of you have this particular way of operating that you might be asking very structured intellectual questions because you're thinking in a manner that is like, okay, how am I going to work this out? Like you know, like, I don't know, it's almost like in my mind, it's like block of times, right? Or making a lot of things fit in a very, so having a very tight schedule, right? Being ultra productive. And yet you're so deep, you're so contemplative, meditative. You know, even if the hangman is in reverse, you spend a lot of time. I think you even plan it. I think you reserve time for that, for yourself. To actually have those moments where you have nothing and you can really go into your space, wherever that is, in space. Anyways, the combined energies at the bottom, which I haven't mentioned, are the Ten of Pentacles and the Lovers in reverse. So let me show you the cards. I have to show you. I love this Lovers cards. This lover. I don't know why. I just really love the depiction of the angel specifically. I don't know. That's a personal taste of mine. I mean, you see how you move from the Seven of Pentacles into the Ten of Pentacles, right? So freeing yourself will partly be done through the things that you choose that will be part of your life for the coming year, not just the coming month, for the whole 2023, maybe even beyond. because whatever you set in place sometimes now could actually carry through on a midterm, long-term basis, of course. It's beautiful what I'm seeing. I was pondering about the lovers in reverse, right? So let me show you again, right? You have these two combos, the king with the hangman, both in reverse, not so positive as much as these two, right? And I think it speaks to your own self-love, right? Having one side that is more, let's call it, not negative, but darker maybe, but don't take it as, okay, you're dark and you're a bad person. Not at all. Just like our shadow side, I guess you can say, right? But being Scorpio, I mean, I can't get around it. It's more meaningful to you because you touch certain depths of being, of feeling that are very different than other signs. And not to say that the other signs are not capable of being deep or feeling deeply, but they don't experience it as intensely and as extremely as you do, going to extremes with it, right? Even within oneself. So sometimes you could loathe, what's the word, loathe, when you really hate yourself or despise yourself. And I don't think that you necessarily truly feel like that towards yourself. It's just sometimes you'll be harder on yourself. Let me say it this way. Very hard on yourself. Whereas other times you're also ultra positive and, you know, super endearing is the right word for the energy that I see you in sometimes, you know. You're very endearing. So you could see the Ten of Pentacles as money, but really I think it's about a form of building something for yourself, right? And putting the right building blocks for the things that you wish to create further down the line. But part of those building blocks, I really believe, are inside yourself, not just the things that you do and the actions that you take and the job that you do and all of that, right? A lot of it has to do with, you know, what you're making peace with within yourself, right? And aligning with the Lover's card, aligning. There's something that about, okay, I'm sorry. There's like two thoughts wanting to come out at once. Freeing yourself is about releasing certain things, so shedding things that are keeping you, right, either in a maybe more pessimistic state of mind, or just more, you know, like morose. That's a French word, morose. I don't know the English word. I don't know if it's in English. I don't know if I can translate it literally like this. I don't know. What is morose in English? A little bit down, a little bit like, you know, having this spleen, you know. Anyway, you're working hard and not being in your head and not feeling trapped within yourself. I mean, it's interesting that these two would come out, right? It's really about freeing yourself, getting rid of all the binding, the mental binding Okay, let's look at the other side. I'm 20 minutes in and it's just your side. I had a lot to say. Okay, it's interesting. I did say it's a love reading and everything is about you. So I'm not so off about having spent so much time on you, but let's just see what's really facing you actually. So the Knight of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, this is really strange energy. You get, look at this. You know, this person is a little bit like you. Look. If I show you those two energies from you right on your side, and I show you, look, someone is like taking time to like, which would be the Hangman energy. And then closing down, but I mean, that's like isolating yourself. It's really funny. It's like some kind of resonance, really, for me, very strong resonance between this person and you are going through the same thing remotely, but connected somehow on the same wavelength. You know, you have the King of Swords, they have the Knight of Swords, so they're very quick. They like to, they're a busybody, right? They have a lot of errands to run. They're very like in and out. And I say in and out just because I think they go to many places. So they go in, they go out, they go here, they go there. And both of you have, look, you mirror each other perfectly. It's like you are out celebrating, having fun with your friends and not focusing on this person. This person is turned towards their family life, extended family, and you could even say like soul family. So, and finding good times there, and the happiness is there, right? In community with others, but groups, not one-on-one, which is, that's why you're so alike, right? It's really cool actually. You see, this person has a tendency though to devalue themselves. That's on their shadow side. You're like, in French we say irascible. It means like sort of easily ticked off, you know, like irritable sort of. That's more of your edgy side, you know. That's, they don't have that. They have on the contrary, instead of like feeling, you know, like they're entitled, they often think the opposite. They go in the other direction in their case. They devalue themselves and they sort of like shy away, and you know, like they actually want to, they do it on purpose to look smaller than what they really are. And that's like an image, right, to describe that basically they try to really disappear. It's a little bit like the wallflower feeling, you know. They also feel like not so successful. They could have a fear of success, which doesn't mean that they would be unsuccessful, just they have a fear of success. That's interesting, because that's exactly what I wanted to say. Both a fear of failure and a fear of success, which is just as crippling. They are. It's funny. Look at that. You each have a 7. It's like you on your side are like waiting patiently, sifting and sorting, and really deciding what you're cleaning out, and what stays, and you're ordering, like putting things in order, like whether it's in your mind, in your soul, in your heart, like in your life, in your house, in your car. They have a 7, but it's in reverse. And in their case, they do the opposite as you. In this case, they focus on one thing. They kind of fixate on one thing. Um, because they have this low self-esteem, so they always narrow things for themselves, right? They make things smaller. That's their thing, right? That's their bad habits. The way they really narrow their own life in many ways, right? They curtail themselves. Yet they have an outgoing personality, um, active, quick-minded, action-oriented. They're not afraid of like jumping into things and like helping out. I do believe, I know it's the Knight of Swords. People don't associate helping out with that kind of energy, but I do, because the person is always the first one to propose. Okay, I'll do it. It's that kind of energy. That's why I do believe and I think they are a kind soul, because I get the vibe that they really put others first, truly. Because of this low self-esteem thing, that like everyone's better, everyone deserves more. It's like, I believe it's a big unconscious thing, right? Pattern. So they would also have to free themselves of those, limiting ways of thinking, for one, and doing whatever they're doing to themselves, closing off, or at least in love, being closed off, but even in life in general. They need to open up their horizons, and they're quite willing, and they probably will like it when it does open up, or at least when they have a chance, they're like the first ones to like jump into it. But they also need some freeing. It feels very constrictive, right? Limited. So both of your guidance, the guidance for both of you is really like the way you invest in yourself, the way each of you invest in yourself. So in terms of what you build and what you shed, release, work out, figure out, change, and basically in terms of self-love, because the Lovers here is mostly a self-love card, but it's still enigmatic that you'd be so mirror-like, right? But I mean, we do have the Lovers, so there is a connection between you two. I don't know how you know this person. I don't know what they mean to you. I don't know if you're able to actually really truly interact with energies of having to free yourself basically first. But maybe it's because you teach each other to do that. Maybe it's because maybe this heart-to-heart is on a friendship level, because we did have the social cards of community and like family. So maybe that's how you are connected, basically. but you're both going through the same thing, differently yet similarly as well. But you are successful at it, both of you. I think you're creating something solid for yourselves, each on your own, but something that whatever you're able to change or alter, transmute, whatever the verb you want to put there for yourself, will be long lasting. That's what's really beautiful. All right, so hopefully something resonated in this reading for you. I wish you a super good month of Jan. I also wish you a super happy new year. Thank you for being on the channel. So like the video if you did enjoy it. You can subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Good night.